I'm curious, like, if there was any specific intention that you had when you came into hypnotherapy, or do you feel like you've done some other therapies before and had like a big expectation? Where did you start out?
Okay, I started well the whole journey with you guys. I found you on Instagram. It was an older lady that was on the video. She was talking, and I decided, I'm gonna fill out the form, and did that, and then got a call, and I think I spoke with a colleague of yours named Philip, the initial consultation, and it was so weird because I never had nobody like kind of call me out about something, and he asked me some questions, and then I gave him some answers, and he said, it sounds like you answered the first question is kind of like genuine, but then when I asked you the questions again, you were kind of defensive. And I'd never heard nobody tell me I was defensive answering questions. Like I didn't even know you can get defensive answering questions. I never looked at myself as such a person. And he was like, yo, I think you really need to book some sessions with us. He was like, I think you might only need 3. So I was like, okay, because like I said, nobody's ever like in my face like that. So my initial reason for booking sessions with you guys is because I wanted to get better at trading. Like I trade Forex, and I'm trying to use that to break free from a 9 to 5. I'm almost there, thanks to you guys. But so that was the initial reasoning for me even wanting to book a session, because I was like, yo, I got a strategy. I know the strategy works. I can print out hundreds of examples of I know that this strategy works, and back testing, I know it works. I paid somebody to teach me the strategy. I know it works on any pair, any currency pair. I'm like, I must be the issue, clearly, because I'm like, there's no way I shouldn't be already where I want to be at in that aspect. So that was my initial reasoning for booking you guys.
Wow, that's great awareness for yourself to recognize, like, I'm doing all the things, but there's something in me that's like
Mhm.
putting a full block onto that. I'm curious if you had that awareness of like subconscious programming, or was that something you learned through this process? How did that unfold for you?
I had been familiar about the concept of conscious and unconscious or subconscious mind, and I had put it on the back burner until I started realizing, like, hey, man, I keep not winning. Even though I got the strategy to win, I keep not winning. And I'm like, something's not clicking. And when after the first session with you guys, I realized that the reason it wasn't clicking is because I was stupid as it sounds. I laugh at it now. It's like I was feeling guilty about wanting to become successful. That's crazy. That's insane if you really think about it. Like, you know, and I was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't even know." I didn't even know that's the reason that was the reasoning. I didn't even know that. And so when the light bulb,
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow."
I love what you're sharing because that's like, I think it's pretty much everybody's experience. Either you limiting yourself financially or your growth or your relationship, like it affects so many different areas of your life because you're thinking, okay, this is good enough. Or like, this is the amount that I'm like, I feel safe being this happy. But this
Mhm.
whole other realm is actually kind of scary to even enter. And I'm curious for you because obviously, you had a little bit of defensive energy and Phil questioned you. What made you say, "Okay, I'm gonna push and go through," because that there is a lot of fear in that decision to break. Because even to say yes to something like this, you're taking on a big leap outside of even just coming into the sessions. How did that happen for you?
Just knew I wanted different results, and I never forget a quote my uncle told me. He said, "You would rather face the pain of change than live with the pain of regret." I'm just I'm just like, "Yo, I don't wanna keep doing this. I don't wanna keep doing not winning." I wanna win. I don't wanna keep losing. I was like, I gotta face it. I was like, because if I don't face it and go get over it and go through it, I'm gonna still be at the same level. And I was feeling like at this level, there's nothing else to do, but just keep doing the same thing over and over. So that was it.
Love that. And do you feel like when you started, was it really like, okay, trading focused, or did it feel that there were other themes coming into play naturally?
Other stuff started coming up, which was really interesting because I wasn't trying to look at that other stuff, if that makes sense. Something interesting. I learned that and I'm gonna get back to the question, but for the first session we did, we addressed the guilt, right? And this is funny. Gosh, this is so funny. So like I started picturing my subconscious as a garden, and the little guilt trips in my mind, my subconscious mind had brought it up as like blue bunny rabbits laying eggs. That was so funny. And I'm really talking to these rabbits like, y'all gotta go. I was like, you guys, look, you guys gotta go. Take all your eggs. Y'all gotta quit. Y'all gotta get out of my garden, man. Y'all eating up all my plants. You're eating up all my progress. and you keep laying eggs, and you know rabbits constantly reproducing. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. But then again, the subconscious doesn't know the concept of what makes sense. It only speaks in pictures and images, and that's what came up. And I was like, whoa. So even though those images didn't make sense, it made perfect sense. Perfect sense that bunny rabbits aren't blue. That makes sense. They're not blue. Perfect sense that bunny rabbits don't lay eggs. As much sense as it didn't make, it made perfect sense.
I love that you said that they reproduce with like totally out of control. Like if you don't do something about this, it literally just like manifests over and over on repeat.
Over and over. Yeah, it's like I don't know if you ever heard about I don't know if you ever been to Australia or you've heard about the country of Australia, but they got a real bad rabbit problem because some rabbits were brought over by settlers just for hunting and sport. And now they're out of control. And that's what it kind of looked like. I'm like, man, these rabbits are out of control. They gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, y'all gotta go. So yeah.
That's so funny. I love that. And clearly your mind spoke to you in a way that like just made sense for you. And that's what's so cool about this stuff is like it's not like your hypnotherapist can like feed you images. Like it just comes out from whatever language your brain is already
Mm.
conceptualized. And you obviously have a relationship or understanding of Australia as like a land of bunnies.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
funny, but, like, other stuff some other issues start coming up, like the guilt, you know, and I used to feel ashamed about this, but, like, I used to have, like, a real bad, like, porn addiction, and all of a sudden, I don't wanna do it anymore. I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, "I didn't go to talk about that." You know what I mean? I was like, "I didn't go to talk about that," but it's just like maybe something else clicked or maybe it felt like you were in a house and you know that this is your house, but it feels like somebody came and rearranged all the furniture. And then when you go back in your house, like, wait a minute, I don't live here. That's the best way I could describe it. So like even me,
Wow.
when I had that compulsive habit, it's like now I'm like, yo, man, like I don't even want to do this no more. That's good. It's good
That's
crazy. And
a
yeah, that is a big one.
A lot of
To-
people come in just for that. Like they do many sessions on that. So if that just happened for you naturally, it's just really cool how a lot of the stuff is so tied together for you.
I can't lie, I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it, but it's like even when I be like, okay, I'm gonna go look at it today or whatever. I'm like, it ain't fitting. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff is not fitting no more. A lot of stuff is like not even resonating. That's such a powerful word, resonating. I've never used words like that before. But like a lot of stuff is not even resonating anymore, you know?
I feel that. I feel that just from how you're speaking about it. Like it's just really clear that there's like almost like a bodily like to certain things and then
Yeah.
just inviting you just have more space for new whatever this new season requires, but you've cleared out a lot of stuff that just didn't add anything to you.
Yeah. So
Very
yeah.
cool. Yeah, any last bits that you'd share for somebody else who's kind of on the edge or most people are afraid of this. Let's be real. Like a lot of people are so nervous and skeptical and even what you're sharing of like I didn't expect this stuff to happen, but it did happen. Before you experience it, it feels scary. So I'm curious if you have any insight for somebody else on that side.
Okay, I'm gonna answer that, but before I'm gonna say something else that unexpectedly changed too.
Yeah.
I had like a rash, like an eczema rash, like that was really, really bad. It went away. I don't know. I can't logically correlate the sessions and the physical responses. You know, I'm not a scientist in that aspect of things. But like now I know like I'm like, yo, bro, that rash ain't been itching, it's been clearing up, it's damn near gone just from previous up until now. But I would tell anybody that's skeptical about trying this is that this is something that's perfectly natural. This is something that we all have. It's like if you had a piece of technology, but you don't know how to use the technology is going to turn against you. And that's what I kind of feel like is the problem with us and understanding who we are and what we are in our minds. You know, everybody got the same brain. I heard they got Albert Einstein's brain preserved somewhere where it's not going to do you any good because Einstein's not with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a brain. Everybody got a brain. If you're afraid about doing it, ask yourself, are you going to be more afraid about still getting the same results a year from now, 5 years from now? We all gotta have to change. You know, the only thing that don't change on this planet is a fool. That's the only thing that don't change. Everything changes. Your house changes when you buy. It settles in. It moves. It shifts. The weather changes. The continents shift. Animals change and adapt. Everything changes, man. It's like only a fool don't. I think that's the best thing I can say to somebody who's, I
I,
guess, on the fence about. taking that leap.
Wow, I love this, Jack. This has been so powerful, and it's really clear this has affected like your mind, your body, your just like sense of self. It just feels like there's so much momentum coming for you right now, and I'm really happy to see that. It's honestly, this is really inspiring for a lot of people. So thank you. I appreciate you making the time for this.
Oh, well, hey, thank you. I guess thanks for this opportunity. I didn't think it was gonna be that impactful.